Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Tuplex. I have now the reactors. I have 2 reactors. I've got 28 steam turbines, 16 heat exchangers, and 100 heat pipes. Hopefully that'll be enough heat pipes. The ratios of heat exchanger to reactor to steam turbine can be found in the Factorio cheat sheet. There's almost always a link to that in the... Actually, I'm going to request a bunch of... Well, no, I'll do that later. There's almost always a link to that in the description. But in any case, we need... I did set up this little thing here to make the reactor parts, except for the reactor itself, because I won't be able to do that till I need requester chests. The reactors themselves take 500 each of copper, steel, red circuits, and concrete. So I just went and gathered those up manually and handcrafted those. Okay, now there's another mod that I loaded, and I think this is going to be the last one for a while. I hope you guys don't get frustrated that I keep adding mods. But the one that I got is... It opens up this research called Advanced Fluid Storage. The name of the mod is Storage Tank 2. And essentially it gives us a upgraded version of the fluid tank that can hold 100,000. And it also has additional inputs and outputs on it. So originally I wanted to use the pressure tank from Angel's mods. I think that one holds 350,000 or something, and it looks pretty cool. But for that mod to work, you also need to use Angel's Petrochem, and I didn't want to do that because I think that would end up changing recipes and stuff. So we're just going to do this advanced fluid storage. So I've got a bunch of pipes. Like I said, I've got the heat pipes reactors, and we'll go and get that set up just as soon as I get this research done. I'm going to grab... I'll just grab one stack of tanks. Actually, maybe I need more than that. I'm checking the cheat sheet again. The cheat sheet also recommends how many storage tanks to use. So for 2 reactors, the cheat sheet says to use 14 tanks to store steam. Now each one of these big ones is equivalent to 4, so we're going to need like 4 tanks essentially for the big ones. So I'll craft those before we leave just to make sure I have everything that I need. Okay, so now that option's enabled, I can make 2 there. There's one more. Now I need more steel. And one more. Okay. And now I'm completely full. I think I'll put some of this... I'll put some of this extra pipe in the train just to clear up some inventory. Yeah, I don't need to have all these inserters on me at all times. I should get some more underground belts. I still haven't taken the time to set up the logistics slots yet. Oh no, I didn't want those. I wanted these. There we go. So that's something that I'll do between episodes so that I can... That way when I come here, the bots will refill my supplies. Okay, so let's head over to the uranium place and start putting in our reactor. And then once the reactor is up and running, we will have tons and tons of power available. And then we can start making electric furnaces and set up some smelting areas. That's kind of what I want to do after we get the power taken care of. Oh, yeah. Now we're getting to some good patches out here. Look at that, 95 million, 83. That one's 93, and we can't even see all of it yet. Wonder if we have any big ones down here. No. But yeah, as we get farther out, obviously the patches get larger. Okay. So let me take advantage of this termite thing to get rid of some trees. I think I'll leave those. Actually, let's get in the plane. I love this plane. It's so fast, and there's no danger of crashing. Can even go over water. Okay. So I had said that we were going to set up here on this central strip of land, right? And we were going to put the heat exchangers on the land, and then have a strip of water. Oh, did it? Am I out of fuel? I guess I am. Okay. That's too bad. Well, I can go and grab some trees. If I can find some. Anyway, I want to go back to the train to get some landfill. That's kind of what I'm after here. All right. There we go. I guess this thing burns through fuel pretty fast. Yeah. Yeah, it sure does. Okay, that's something we'll have to watch out for. All right. So I'm going to load in. I'll just throw all the landfill into the plane for now. God, how much do I have in here? There we go. All right. Yeah, fuel's almost gone already. I should start carrying around a stack of solid fuel instead. Oh yeah, I don't want to pick that up. Okay. So, and I'm going to be careful adding land here, because if I put in too much, I don't have explosive excavation yet. So if I put in too much, I'm going to be screwed. So I need to be careful about this. All right, so we'll have our 2 reactors here in the middle, and then we're going to need heat pipes. And, well, I'm not quite sure where the heat pipes are going to go yet, but let's take a look at the heat exchangers. So for now, I'm going to try to put 16 on each side. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that this setup doesn't exceed the height of this reactor. So that way when I add more power, I can just, whoops, I can just copy the whole row and then paste it down, and I'll get the reactors, the heat exchangers, the turbines, and everything. And that way I can just put an unlimited line of reactors. And the reason for that is the reactors have to be touching one another to get the bonus. Okay, so what if I do this? That could work. Okay, now the other thing I'm going to need here is I'm going to need a couple of inserters. All right, we're going to need at least one in and one out for the fuel. I'll just put a couple wooden chests here for now as placeholders. So one of them is going to be a provider chest for the spent fuel cells, and the other one is going to be a requester chest for the fuel. Until then, and what I mean until then, until I get logistic system research, which is this one, I don't have requester chests. So I won't be able to deliver the fuel with bots until I have that, and so that's going to be a while. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to set this up to use a belt, and what we can do is we can make sure that we put the fuel on the inside. Okay, so and I'll probably set up a loop or something, but we'll put the fuel cells on the inside of the belt. They'll come off of there, and that way the right side of the belt will be empty for the spent fuel to go on. Okay. All right, so let me carefully add a little bit more real estate here. All right, and then I'm going to need, so my first heat exchanger can be there. Right, so, and for this one, I'm going to have 8 per side. But when we have more, reactors, like the ratio is for one effective reactor, you need 4 heat exchangers. Okay, but if I have a set of reactors that have the full neighbor bonuses, meaning that once I get at least 6, then these ones in the middle will have the maximum amount of bonus, which is 300%, plus the one that is already there, which is 4. So when we have all those neighbor bonuses, each reactor will be putting out the same amount of heat as 4 reactors that were just by themselves. So 4 reactors needs 16 heat exchangers. So I'm going to need enough room to put 16 of them here. Whoops. Well, that's okay. All right, so I'm going to 2, 3. Yeah, see, this is a problem. Now I think I'm not going to have, room for the, I don't think I'm going to have enough room to keep a strip of water here. I'm going to have to research explosive excavation soon so I can create water. Okay, explosives, blasting charges. Okay, so if I do military science packs, I can get to it. So I might do military science packs in the main base. All right, so I said I needed right now I need 8, but I need to leave room for 16, right? All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and bridge this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And I'm going to disable my roboports. And I'm going to turn off my nanobots because I don't want these to be placed. I just want to see where they're going to be. All right, and then the underground pump would go right here, essentially. All right, so then this is where I need to have my water, right here. So I'll put some belts just to indicate where that's going to go. And then the output, the steam output, can jump across there. And then over here is where we start to put the steam turbines. Now let's see here. Yeah, see these are fortunately the same size as the reactor, so they have to be lined up just like this. Now the problem with that is I need to get pipes to the top and the bottom. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. So I wonder if I can do them like this. Yeah, I think I can feed all the steam into one and then have it travel through to the other side. We'll have to try it out and see. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I have 28, so I need 14. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. See, it's pretty awkward just setting up a small reactor setup in this manner. But I think it's going to work out for the best later on. All right, that's 14. And then when we have the full complement of reactors, we'll actually need 83 on each side. Is that right? No. 28. We'll need 28, twice as many. So we'll have to leave room for that. So you can see this is going to be a very wide type of a setup. All right, so I can remove these ghosts and turn my bots back on. All right, so then we'll connect these up with the heat pipe. So the reactors get hot, the heat travels down the heat pipe and into these heat exchangers, and then they go into, the steam comes out into a pipe. And then it'll come over here. It'll jump over the water. Okay, and until we get the explosive stuff, I'll just put the water pipe here. All right, so that'll carry the water to the heat exchangers. All right, now we also need to figure out how to manage power. All right, so because I need to have power covering all of the turbines in order to get the electricity added to the grid. So so let's take a look here. Well, no, they're not going to be that close together. All right, let's try something. So let's say I copy all this and come down here. All right. All right, so the next set of turbines is going to be right there. Okay, so because of that, maybe I can make this work better. Yeah, let me try something a little bit different. Let's pick all this up. Actually, let's pick up the heat pipes too. All right, so I'm going to remove this for now. Let's pretend that we have another row of reactors down here. Okay, so we got one in, one out. Okay, so what if instead of what I was just doing, what if I did something like this? That'll give me a fatter heat pipe, which I think will be good. Where are they? Here we go. I think I just need one space there, right? Okay, yeah, so it would come in like that. The fuel would come in like that. Heat pipes are connected here. Okay, there's, that's what, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we can connect the steam. Uh-oh. All right, now there's a way that we can empty pipes. Controls, mods, picker extended has a way that you can empty pipes. Let's see, where is it? At least I thought it had a way to empty pipes, but now I don't see it. Ah, here we go. Control delete. All right, so let's try. There we go. That's a great mod. Okay. Yeah, and then here we can, yeah, I can pick this up. We're not going to need those pipes now. Okay. So that's steam. And then the next column, I can flip these around in the opposite direction. In fact, I could even set it up like this right now. I'll get the same bonus if they're like this or they're like that. And then I can just make a mirror image of it and add more heat exchangers and turbines when I'm ready to expand. I think that's a good idea. All right. And then here's our other line of steam. There. So maybe we'll need to expand it in fours. All right, then we'll need power poles for the inserters. Okay, and I'm going to need another one of these. There we go. All right. So let me pick these up. All right, so now we have all the space in between there to get our steam turbines, right? And I can put them, I can arrange them this way, vertically instead of horizontally, and then we'll use less space. Okay, now in this case, I need to put all 28 here. We can hook them up like that. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. All right, and then let's figure out what we do about our electricity. All right, so 6 can be covered nicely. And I could put that there. Now let me see something. So when I put the next one, Oh, I still have a lot of room here, don't I? Well, I have another tile. I have a tile of space on each side. So if I move this down by one tile, that would leave me enough room to put substations in there. And then I would still have a space here, so when I put the next row, the pipes won't be touching. Right, so I'm going to copy all these pipes, and I'm going to move it all down by one tile. And that means I'm going to need to move that also. There we go. Okay. If I put that there, we should be good. And then I'll need to put extra bits of pipe there. Right, so it's not perfectly symmetrical, but I think this will work out pretty nicely. Okay, and then I can put a substation right there. Okay, so we need 28 of those. So that's 6. Let's see, I don't need those undergrounds at the beginning. That's 6, 12, 18, and we'll get to 24 after I fill in the water over here a little bit. I'm going to need to go back for a lot more pipe. And I still need 10 more. All right, 6. Yeah, 6, 12, that's 24. Oh no, only 4 more. I need 28 total. Okay, let's see how many we have here. That's 29. All right, so I pick up that last one, and I let the bots put it over here. Okay. All right, and then we can get rid of those pipes. Okay, and then we have room for some lights. Okay, that looks pretty good, I think. So we're pretty much all set. All I need now is some nuclear fuel. We have to hook all this up to the main power grid, of course. So let's do that. Get all the interconnections made. Okay, and I'm out of jet fuel. All right, I'm going to have to get some more wood. Because now the plane's got so much stuff in it that I can't pick it up. and then we'll go get some more pipes. Now I know we're starting to run out of time, but I think it'll be good if we can at least get this build finished. Or at least most of it. We still need to put the storage tanks and the circuit control, but we'll probably have to finish that up next time. All right, let's put the landfill back. All right. Oh, you know what? I have more pipes here. And I think that's enough to finish the job. Let's go see. Nice. Okay, so now the storage tanks. And now I need the landfill again. Jiminy Christmas. I just don't think ahead as much as I should. Okay, so let me just finish this here. There. All right, so like I said, we're going to need four of these large tanks to collect steam. All right, so I'll just line them up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or actually, maybe there's a tighter arrangement. Let's try. Because I do have all the room between pipes. Yeah, so I can put them like that. Yeah, let's go ahead and connect all the ins and outs. Okay, so now we've got steam. Since all the steam is going to be connected, I'm only going to monitor the level on one tank. Because the tanks will all feed one another anyway. So if one tank drops from 100% down to 25%, all the other tanks are going to be 25% too. So it's not really necessary to connect every steam tank together. You really only need to watch one. It's kind of like if you're watching accumulator charge. You know, as long as you can see one, then you know the status of all of them. Okay. So that's done. Let's finish hooking this up to the power grid. Right now it's on its own grid that's not producing any power. We could probably even, to get things started, we could probably even handcraft some fuel cells. If I have some iron plates with me. Okay. Get that lined up. Nope, I didn't want to turn. Okay, so now it's all connected to power. All right, do I have iron plate with me? Yeah, I've got a few. All right, so I can make I can make about 30. So let's put in 3 of those, and then I'll need, I don't know, maybe a couple stacks. Oh, and I need another chest because that one's full. So I'll just move that one out of the way and pop in a new one. There we go. Okay, there's 10. There's 20. You can see the productivity bar slowly going. We're only getting an 8% productivity bonus, so it's going to take about 12 cycles before we get a free one. All right, and then I can put that back in there. Okay, so we got 30 fuel cells to play with. And I think I have enough wood to make another round trip on the plane. So let's fire this up. Okay, and again, I mean, for now, oh, that was a bad idea. There we go. All right, so for now, I'm not going to be controlling the fuel insertion, right? We don't have our fuel control circuit yet. Okay. All right, so we can see that these each have a 100% neighbor bonus. These are going to keep inserting fuel cells until there's 5 in there, and then it'll stop. And that means that this one is not going to get any more. Yeah, so for now, I think what I'll do is I'll just put separate chests for each one. That's where the robot chests will go. And then I'll put half of them there, and I'll put half of them there. Okay, now this is going to take a few minutes to get up to 500 degrees. We won't make any steam until we get to 500 C at the heat exchanger. So you can see right now, for example, the reactor is at 180 right now and climbing. The heat pipe here is at 170. Down here at the end, it's still at 116. So it takes time for all of this to heat up. Now the good news is that once it gets to 500 degrees, it'll actually go up to 1,000 if it's, if you're not making power, for example, and there's fuel in there, it'll heat up to 1,000 degrees. Once you get it up to 500, it'll never drop much below 500, because once it dips below 500 to 499, say, then it'll stop making steam. And when it stops making steam, you're not pulling any heat out of the system, right? So heat only gets pulled out when you're converting water to steam. So if it's not hot enough, you're not losing any heat. So once we get this fired up, the reactor will, it'll always be very close to 500 degrees when it's idle. And then when you put more fuel in, it starts making power pretty quickly. You don't have to wait that long. All right, so we'll get into that next time, and we'll set up a control circuit for inserting the fuel. If I'm going to do this with belts, I'll need to put a loop or something right now so that the fuel cells recirculate a little bit, or I can just make more of them. So until then, thanks a lot. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.